Hello Internet, this is Sparenerveria and welcome back to Factorio Dangerous. Factorio has updated to 0.15.23 and the Steam store is completely down because of the Steam sale. So, what better to do than play Factorio? Last time we prepared for the oil refinery, closed off a new chunk of the base, and did a bunch of research, especially with preparation for trains. So now let's go and, I guess, just build out that refinery. The main thing is going to be setting up crude and getting all the chemical plants set up, but it's basically an issue of storage and stuff like that. I'm going to pipe crude into the west side, I think. Usually I want to, well, I had to figure out where I'm going to put the storage tanks, because storage tanks are going to be an issue. Do I have fluid handling? Yes, I do. I'll probably have an oil drop-off place somewhere here, but I can't be sure of anything at the moment. I don't know where best to shove. Actually, I can probably put the unloading station to the west if I need that. So I'll reserve space elsewhere. Okay, that being said, it translates to dump crude oil reserves over here. I'm going to need more undergrounds. I could mass produce these, but I don't use undergrounds often enough to make that useful. So I want to leave a space in case I do stuff with there. Okay. I want a connection out of here in case they build a fueling station to the west, so it's good to have that planned in advance. I need 2 more. And then I need to build the units for... I should probably try to take that out. But if I take it out, I'll just spawn right back unless I... Actually, it might be a good experiment for the, what's it called? There's a way to, like, automate pollution drain in this game by setting up walls around biters and around nests in a very, very specific way. But also, yes, I know this is a horrible waste of resources, but actually, no, I don't want that. I want batteries researched. This is going to obliterate any lack of pollution I had. But shouldn't be that bad, I hope. Okay, I need to set up everything else now. So for storage and production of other goods, I'm going to figure out where I want to put that. Actually, I can just bullshit this. Does that? It does not overline. Okay, that's good. So the thing about heavy oil is I'm going to have to pipe it. Yeah, I'm just going to pipe lubricant over. There's no reason why I would do anything other than that. Because lubricant is going to be used for electric engines in the very far future. Yeah, I'm just going to plop this over here. You're going to make lubricant. Lubricant, 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 lubricant. Actually, is that a good idea? I mean, that will leave this space open for cracking. I have no idea what the ratio is actually. What this does allow me to do is, oops. Yes, I'm aware that this is probably a slight list of resources, but I don't really care about the optimal ratio, so yeah. Ooh, I managed to not hit anything with that blast. That's unexpected. Also, I had to leech off of the water line. Okay, laser. Yes, I will be worrying about cracking at a much later date, because I have no real reason to worry about it at the moment. And as I stated in an earlier episode, I have no plans to do oil liquefaction. It's just not a priority. Actually, you're going to be heavy oil. You're going to be light oil. And you're going to be petroleum. I don't have enough iron to build this, do I? Thankfully, there's an iron line. Yeah, I'm thinking about just pulling the heavy oil thing here. I will have solid fuel on the other side of the base, because that is just what is most convenient. And I'm going to use exclusively light oil for that. The thing about the solid fuel, though, is that unless I have a specific need for solid fuel in particular, I'm just going to transform all into rocket fuel at some point in time. Because rocket fuel is what I actually need to use. Yes, I aligned it correctly. Well, I'm out of power poles. That's very unexpected. I will want 4 of these because it provides plenty of redundancy. Pipe, regular pipe. For now, I'm going to chest buffer this. Eventually, I'm going to want to do something else, of course. I'm also going to have to consider how I'm going to get solid fuel around, rocket fuel eventually around the base. But that's for a different time. Is that a copper shortage? Or it's an iron shortage, I can deal with that. If it's a copper shortage, then that's a problem, because copper is... I had to go back to base to get copper. And with this, I can start uranium and nuclear, which I am not going to do anytime soon, but still. Gives me their provisions for the activity. I will need more chemical plants to manufacture the... what's it called? The sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid only requires iron, sulfur, and water. Okay, let me get that wired pipe connected. Actually, what? Oh, wow. Oops, I sort of boxed myself in. Let me fix that. Yes, I'm aware of the requirements. I will set that up momentarily. Gotta get this connected to the petroleum. Actually, I can use regular pipe for this, because I set it up that way. And of course, I forget the fact that... okay, yeah, they need to take materials from both sides. I'm going to just long inserter for the sulfur and wrap iron on the other side. Does that work? I'll reconfigure this setup. This is not going to cover it. I need to use not enough steel. Excellent. I'll just do that. That works too. I don't know if that's the correct distance, but I'll find out. Yep, it's the correct distance. Okay. That's heavy. That's set up. Now, I have no idea how I usually do this, because it seems to be different every time. I don't want any mixing, so I need to be careful, a little careful about this. And yeah, I don't have enough. I need laser turrets really soon. I'm going to just, as soon as I get batteries, I'm just going to plug a thing in and hopefully it'll just work out. The only things that really need batteries are accumulators, roboports and stuff too require it. So I had to have a battery line if I want to have full battery support. Was I off by one? Plop, 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 and one more. heavy oil. That is off by 1. Hope they can get plastic automated soon. But that usually doesn't happen so quickly. Laser turret! Shooting speed and damage upgrade. I'll get accumulators first because I'm not, my grid cannot support laser turrets at the moment. Thankfully the refinery is not working very hard because power's dead. Not a good sign. I don't think I'm going to bother. Yeah, I'm just going to build a massive offshore solar farm. That seems like the logical option. Okay, we have solid fuel. And as soon as I turned those on, everything died. Refinery, well, I need to get plastic, but plastic is a very particular problem. And so figure just turned off, which is probably a good thing, given that I can't support it. So yeah, I'm going to build an offshore solar farm, and yeah. And yes, I am going to do solar with no accumulators, unless I want a blueprint, which I probably should. Except I don't have substations, so my blueprints would just flop. I'll just do a solar. All my blueprints assume I have substations. Or actually, I'll just buff coal for now. Because I do need coal power. Let me take care of that first. Yeah, I can't run laser turrets. That might be... Oh god, they have better, bigger, more powerful enemies. The reason why that died was because it didn't have proper ammo. Also, this wall is just a pain. So the issue is that the regular ammo is not sufficient given the new state of affairs, in which case I will have to adjust accordingly. Do I have enough resources to build? Yeah, I can't even build the boilers and everything I need. I have stone brick. I should get a little bit more just in case. And I will take a stack of those. Another stack, and another stack. Yeah, that's going to be all of my solar production until later in the game, I guess. I'm not going to have much of a use for a bunch of these things. Oh, yeah, that's what I turned off. Okay. Coal mining seems to be doing fine. 3 boilers, 3 burn servers, and 4 steam engines. No, two. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 is a pipe, and 2 those. This is going to be the maximum amount I'm going to be running, probably. I mean, I could... Well, this will eventually die when that coal runs out. Hopefully by then I have a more sustainable power source. Like nuclear, more likely. As for nuclear, I don't know where I'm going to put it, actually. Anyways, let me grab a shit ton of landfill and start building. Also, how much uranium is on the map? There is that decent patch. And that's basically it. I'm going to have to get that at some point in the game. Thankfully, the nuclear itself doesn't cause much what's the word? Pollution. Because the reactors are pretty clean. You could put an offshore reactor. The issue, of course, is space. So, landfilling a lot of that. Actually, that's a nice way to get transport across the map. I could just build a twin tracks or something just to... That might be a good idea at some point when I get trains. The question would be whether to build. Well, I'll see what happens when it's ready. It'll be determined, I guess. But for now. That is all it got me. I should probably up stone production. If I had better steel, I could probably do a more rigorous grid, but... Actually, no, what am I doing? This is not my usual... That's a formation I use for accumulators. I hope that didn't break anything, but I do. I'm waiting for something to take damage, because it's going to happen. Yeah, something took damage. I have 4 solar panels on the network, and that's going to increase significantly. Okay, I need substations for my modular design, but more than that, I need defenses to be more effective. For the amount that I put in, I need to get more out. I also need to buff stone production to get more landfill, because something like an offshore solar field this big is not going to be very effective. Thankfully, it seems that little buff did do something. But I'm gonna need more landfill, so time to mine more stone, and that... You're dead. So yes, I do plan to use railway across bodies of water, because that is an extremely efficient method of like avoiding biters while getting straight lines and long distances without having to like worry about resource. I will probably just shove I'll probably just shove tracks down, and yeah, that'll be that. Those are gun turrets, which I have plenty of. Ammo, I need more ammo to refill everything. The main question is going to be whether or not I just build another wall outside of this one, or if I buff the existing one. More likely I'm going to replace with laser turrets and then relegate the existing gun turrets to other locations, but also... Did that seriously miss the... Yeah, it missed. Wow, I thought that was going to like obliterate the small electric bulb. But it didn't. Great. Of course, in the end, all I'm going to need is automated defenses capable of taking down automated, taking down behemoths without taking any damage. That will be the best case scenario for me. So, yeah. That was a little too close to me. I probably could have done a better method for 2 trees, but grenades are an excellent method of damaging yourself in the process. Okay, so I can just plug that in. That should be relatively okay. It doesn't need to be perfectly balanced. I'm not going to obsess over that. And I guess I'll have another line of stone miners specifically for stone, because I'm going to want railway, and railway requires dedicated stone mines. Because otherwise you just run out of stone. I could have a stone line, but I don't really want that. Having a stone line in your bus seems a little overkill for something that doesn't really get used for that much. This chest should therefore fill up faster than it's being emptied. Give me the way it's set up. Steel is probably limiting. Yeah, steel is limiting. FPS is garbage. Okay. Okay, first things first, I am not going to automate poison capsules. So I guess I can free up one more line, and I'm going to need another line of electronic circuit probably right here before I do electronic circuits. I'm going to learn from my mistakes and not do what I did before and mess things up. For now, I'll just let it go as is, but I will have another a set of 4 lines coming in from the east into the main bus, so let me prepare for that. In case you're curious, I'm referring to plastic, battery, sulfuric acid, and lubricant. That doesn't feel right to me. That should be adequate as a marker of what I plan to do. So all that's left is automating plastic. I have the coal, I just need to mine it. So cracking is going to be down here. I'm actually going to crack heavy to light, and then do a separate light to petroleum because, yeah, because I also want circuit conditions on my stuff, so that'll be of use. So I'll just plug plastic over here. And I can just expand west without many problems, so that's good. Okay, so we need to get the petroleum in, and then you get the coal in. Oh, I only needed one. Oh well. No harm in having more. Actually, I'm gonna dump my existing coal in here because I don't want to carry it. Oops, not that. I need 3. Oops, I was off by 1. Oh wait, they made so much plastic in that short amount of time. Off by 1. Well, that's that. We have a refinery. Making all the necessary products. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to up. I need landfill, and I'm gonna get a lot of it. So, if the limiting factor really is how much landfill I can shove in at any given moment, it may just be better to like, have an alternative. Well, until we get stack inserters, I guess. This is a really stupid situation, and it's completely unnecessary, but I don't really need so much stone brick anyways at this point in time. So this will up the production of landfill. As soon as I place down my next set of solar panels, I'm probably going to end the episode. Also, I have roads, I should use them. So I'm just going to place the bare minimum that I need. So one more unit like that is all I'm going to need for this. Is that could be enough? Almost enough, but well. Damage in the southeast. If something blows up, I need to be there immediately. Oh, nothing blew up. Nice. Or thankfully, rather, because if something had blown up, that would have been really bad. I don't have any defenses in the base, so... Hey, I can place the solar panels regardless of whether or not there's water or land underneath. This should keep the factory afloat during the day. Let me fix that. Oh, a base just appeared randomly. I will exterminate it rather than... I really hate how the bases just appear out of nowhere. That was my gun turret, was it? Wasn't it? Oh, that's my wall. Okay, time to repair back. I'll just give you that 83 stack. And I'll be taking your ammo and moving it to there. As well as providing a more substantial defense system. Group 66. They were all in effective range. I'll have yours over here. I need some gate. I'll get some gate. This seems like it's going to be a major weak point, so I'm going to defend it better, I guess. I should save. Just in case something bad happens. Power. Is that a big worm? It's a medium worm. Okay, they are... How do we get in range of that thing? First, let me kill a spawner. Oh, they have multiple worms, that's why. That's useless. Poison capsule. I don't have poison capsules. Okay, you're in range with something. I already heal those up. Okay, so we want to take out that worm without taking out the base. In this one specific scenario. Electric engine, mining, gun turret damage. That's nice. Military 3 will give me a bunch of stuff. Bullet damage. Okay, I think I got rid of the worm. Oh, there's another one. Okay. So let me test this out. Okay, I need to have another turret set up somewhere to guard me. I've never actually done something this crazy before, so I don't know if it's actually going to work. If it does, that would be sort of hilarious. The setup costs are a little painful unless you actually, you can actually I heard you can actually roboport this a blueprint, and it will like automatically like, it's sort of crazy, but okay, so I'm off, I guess. Actually, can I just like cover the entire thing in wall and just... I honestly don't mind just surrounding the entire thing in wall because I can afford it. I do like to keep pets. Seems like I don't have enough wall. But spawners get rid of so much pollution that it's going to be worth it. Also, yeah, military science is falling because of lack of steel. Going to have to worry about that at some point in the very near future. If this design actually works, I'm going to blueprint it and just stay for the lulz. Even if it's a really shitty and really shady solution to a non-existent problem. Though I do have to say that the risk in setting this up is pretty high. As are the costs, of course. Okay, where are they spawning? Okay. Did it actually stop? So it's a 20 by 20 grid. 776. $380 units of wall. There is a more compact design, and I know there is, but for the shits and giggles, this is pretty amazing. Insert a capacity bonus. I didn't have that. So the zoo is actually working, which is nice because less pollution to deal with. Where are all of my... This is all I have left? Wow. Well, I'm not going to be needing more, so... The worst thing that could possibly happen is setting up a laser turret next to that and watching as it destroys the spawner I set up, but... Yeah. I wonder what that little extra line is. Or is that just how they look? That's probably, yeah, that's probably just how they look. If there were biters in there, they would be attacking the walls. And the blueprint wouldn't have been so solid. Oh yeah, wait, what? Am I just off by one here? Oh, okay, I just couldn't see the line. I'm going to fix that little small thing to the northwest where I was missing 3 units of landfill. And then I'm going to call it quits for today. Or actually, I'll just take all of that and build as much as I can. Yeah, at night my factory starts to die a bit because I don't have enough power. But that's to be expected. I mean, it's not fully set up yet, and I don't have the accumulators I need to actually run the system more sustainably, so... Okay, that's that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think this is exactly how much I'm going to want. Because the tiles, yeah, it's 7 tiles. Four, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, we have some stuffs. I'll head back to base and then shut off. Everything is stable except for steel as expected, which I have yet to upgrade to steel furnaces, which I will probably do sometime in the near future. Yeah. So this time we set up a refinery, built a zoo, and set up our first solar. Next time we'll probably expand solar, hopefully get trains running on some level, and work for the next level of science. Spinnery out. See you guys next time.